Hello viewer, welcome back to some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I admit I kinda forgot about this game for a little while, but today I was reminded, because it is its 4th exoversary, which is the anniversary of its release, and what better time to return than today. So, happy exoversary everyone! Now where were we the last time? We are 17 years old. I think you play this game until you're 19 maybe, or 20. So all in all, it is the final stretch. Everyone has already assumed their final form. And we are not really close to uncovering every secret of this planet. And for that I think we need to go and explore a little more. Because we currently have 3 places unlocked, but there is this swamp area too that we haven't been able to get to. Maybe we have to go through the ridges first. I do remember we found those ruins of an ancient civilization and no one's really saying a thing about it. But that is pretty big. Definite proof that there were some people before us. So here we are. Don't remember if we actually saw the very end event of this area or not. There are also these strange devices that I think are going to power something. I'm just not sure what. Let's look around first. Try to see if there is something specific for us to do. We are very good on stress. We probably would tackle every single one of these events. But still, let's be a little tactical about it. Yeah, an awful lot of these things. And they're actually not doing anything by themselves. Okay, how do I get over there? Crystals over there. So far so good. Here we go. Oh hey, it's this. What you doing here, buddy? This is an entirely different person when he's outside the colony walls. Without people constantly trying to correct his asocial behavior, it's like he's blossomed into someone who's actually confident. The more time you spend with him out here, the more glimpses you catch of the real this. Bet you can do this, he says, jumping off a huge boulder and doing a cool roll at the end. Wait, no, bet you can't do it with your eyes closed. I can. I don't really think it's healthy for him to only be himself when no one's around. You and this covered around, daring each other to do more and more dangerous things. This isn't scared of anything. You think you see something up on one of the plateaus above you. The cliffside is covered in convenient vines. Yeah, maybe let's not send him up there alone. He's probably gonna fall. Let's just race him to the next checkpoint. You're off before you even finish this sentence, this hollering, no fair, as you leave him in the dust. The two of you run on and continue your day. Well, at least he's having fun, so he's not likely to snap anytime soon. So I guess that is something. But still, the amount of neglect that people have on the guy is just really weird. I mean, I know that his sister cares. She's just really bad at showing it. Okay, this one is the end event. And we're gonna go home once we trigger that, so let's not do that. But maybe work backwards a little bit. The path ahead is blocked by a field of snaking vines and brambles. They're flowering, enormous happy blossoms swaying in the shivering heat waves. You could push through them, but your hollow palm beeps a warning. A radiation warning. These flowers seem to be highly radioactive, far too radioactive for the mild shielding your suit provides. You might be able to pass through if you don't mind feeling the effects of radiation sickness until you can detox at the medbed. Well, if it doesn't kill you outright. Radiation is unpredictable. Let's not risk anything if we can help it. You're treated to a spectacular sight, a fully grown dilly pillar way off in the distance, its thousands of legs and kilometer of shimmering body snaking in and out of the haze at the bottom of this chasm. You just watch it. It's terrifying. It's like a train. I think we took some readings, so we could have a baseline for socks. This time let's just marvel at it. Some stress down. Extra animals, which we are unfortunately full on. All we have left here is combat. And we have been kinda pacifistic this entire time. You're grateful it's a long way away. You can't imagine what would happen if one decided to head through the colony. What a magnificent beast. That it is. And it will definitely lead to some logistical problems when Sox decides to grow. Okay, what about this thumper? Oh, wait, can you hear it? It actually is thumping in the background. I don't think I ever noticed that. That's cool. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least a kilometer in each direction, though at some points it's crumpled enough that you could likely scale over it. Okay, normal. Engineering challenge. We can do that. You find more scraps of convergent domain writing and technology. You document everything to bring back to Utopia. And we still don't really know who decided to call it the convergent domain. The old civilization. So really, convergent would at least imply that there were multiple. They were converging. But we do not know about any other civilizations around here. Maybe that's one of the mysteries that we can uncover later. There's a strange heat haze shimmer across the path ahead. Oddly, it doesn't clear up as you get closer. The mirage effect is very strong. The refracted air makes it look like there's a pool of water underground and plants waving around it, but something is just off about the illusion. You can't put your finger on why. I feel like we probably have already seen all of these events, but still it has been a couple months, so I am going to go through them one by one. The faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses. You approach cautiously. As you do, you realize what is wrong about the mirage. It's impossible. The plants on the other side of the haze are different. Not just wibbly-wobbly from the layers of air, but smaller, younger. When it's morning there, not evening. This feels familiar. Then you see him. It's you. He just stops and stares at you. Okay, found a space-time anomaly. You just stare at the figure, that person who looks and moves exactly like you. Then you both slowly, carefully approach the mirage, and like mirror images, you both raise one arm, your left and his right, and touch them together. If I have already seen this, shouldn't I have the card already? Interesting. Maybe this particular event is going to get weirder the more you repeat it. That would be neat, actually. You remember this from before, watching yourself say something. You thought it must have been important, like a warning of some kind. But now that it's time to speak, all that comes to your head is... You ask yourself, what does a unisaur eat for breakfast? Your mirror image looks at you in confusion, and the mirage breaks up. You chuckle to yourself. Whatever it wants. So we're telling a joke to our apparently younger self. Maybe next time they will be the one to ask the question. We'll see. You come across the peaceful rock again and feel all your troubles melt away. This is sunning himself here as well, barely looking up as you hold yourself onto the flat surface. There's no harm in taking a little break too. As you say, little stress down. You lie down on the rock beside this, letting the strange magic fill you with an incredible sense of peace, love, and unity with the universe. Okay. Let's maybe stay away from the hippie place. Actually, maybe just do one more event. And then the main. Kinda wanna do something back at the colony too. A precarious natural land bridge drops down sharply on both sides here. You kick a rock over the side, but don't hear it hit the bottom. Do you cross? We can cross carefully, cross normally, or turn back. You shuffle across it slowly, examining the cracks and sticking to the solid places. You accidentally send a few more pebbles skittering over the edge, and think better than me. That sentiment usually applies to most things. Okay, I might be lost out here again. Okay, here we go. This shouldn't have been so hard. Utopia's given you clearance to poke around the ruins in the secret valley. Stars, this place is neat. This thinks so too. At least we didn't have to climb back down again, he mutters, but you can tell he's excited. The buildings are arranged in a spiral formation around the central point. They're made of that oil-slick obsidian, something that looks like petrified bone, and have parts missing where some other organic material has long since rotted away. It's all overgrown with vines and buried in shifting sands. You follow the spokes of the streets until you approach the center of the valley, where a large pyramid-shaped building sits surrounded by thumpers and a variety of other smaller buildings. A circle of thumpers. Now what were they good for? The 4 thumpers are in careful alignment, forming a square with wide paths between them and the pyramid in the center. One is almost totally reduced to rubble. None are still active. Okay, what about the other buildings? Smaller, more deteriorated pyramid buildings dot around the valley, purposes unknown. There are also dozens of little obelisks, a couple of meters wide with a circular design on one side. You approach random one of these on the edge of the valley. You lean on one of the round designs and the iris dilates open, sections grinding back like the world's rustiest automated door. Now you're looking through a large round door into a small featureless room. Quite small, quite featureless. Totally dark, very creepy. But you can hear a faint hum. It's still powered. Okay, kinda sounds like a tube elevator. Hard bravery challenge. Yeah, sure, let's see where this leads. You walk in, this close behind, and suddenly the iris closes, the floor lurches, and you're moving down. An elevator. Yep, code it. Ooh, spooky. The elevator squeals and grinds away like it hasn't been used in literally thousands of years. It doesn't go far, then grinds to a halt, and the iris opens to reveal a large room with obsidian walls. Like all convergent domain spaces, it's more cave than room, with stalactites everywhere and giant lumpy mounds of fungus. You wonder if the obsidian stuff they built with melts over time, running and dripping in extreme slow motion. That's actually what glass does. So yeah, maybe this kind of obsidian does that too. There are consoles on all the walls, like this is some kind of control room maybe. Most of it is long, dark and covered with a thick layer of dust, except one device with two weird bony, knobby sticks poking out of it. Well, we're here already, might as well touch stuff at random. You poke at things and grab sticks at random until suddenly you cease to be yourself. Okay, wait, what? You're like a visual, audio, and weirdly tactile representation of something vast. You have a feeling of being in a large and complex space. No, like you are the space. A digital space like a computer system. As if you were sucked inside a 3D representation of the HoloNet, and you could see files and processes and whole worlds of data, but in alien formats that speak to you more in sensation than logic. You let go of the sticks and the console room comes back. You grab them again and understanding fills your head. It feels not all that different from your bouts of deja vu remembering. Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Like, of memories being inserted into your mind, and you suddenly just know how to use this interface. Oh, interesting. You just think where you want to go, or what you want to know, and away you go. The word array comes to mind. A network of computers hosting millions of data nodes, information on every part of the planet, from weather to soil conditions to individual creatures. Not just computers, but entities that feel intelligent, and also digital, artificial consciousnesses, like your ship's AI congruence. They're processing all that data and triggering subroutines to make minute changes on the planet's surface. Huh. So like some kinda terraforming supercomputer? That's neat. Then a booming voice enters your brain and obliterates all else, speaking more in abstract thought than words, but loud. What are you doing in Wormhole Observatory Array Console 5, you nosy little creature? Then an explosion in your head, and you're thrown backwards and out of the array. There must have also been an explosion in your hands, which are now singed. The console is blown out and dead. That's one thing that we cannot use again. Bummer. But at least we now know what this place is supposed to be. And this is Array 5. so logic would dictate that there are at least 4 others around. You're shaken. Something didn't like you poking around in there. And whatever the array is, whatever lives in it, has been watching you. Probably ever since you landed. Maybe some overseer AI or something. You tell this about the array and the voice saying Wormhole Observatory. He looks around impressed. The convergent domain was sure up to some shit, he says. And now you know about the array and how to access it. That could come in very useful if it turns out to be a danger to your colony. Okay, but how? This one was destroyed. You decide to call it a day. Your arms feel all tingly and weak from getting electrocuted, and your heart is still thumping a mile a minute. But you'll be back. Okay then. Let's go home. Maybe we can just keep coming straight to this main event. It's your 17th birthday, but it's not just your birthday. Quiet is a time of new growth, a celebration of life and hope. Not for just this year, but for humanity's presence on Vertamna for years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope. Quite literally, you are the future of humanity. As you're all beginning to take your places as adults in the colony, the council has decided to throw a party in your honor. The Vertamnan Youth Ball. Mars is organizing it, of course. You get an embossed invitation on real paper, slipped under your door. Obviously, we're gonna party. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lounge to celebrate, well, yourselves. And yourself, specifically. It is your birthday after all. The lounge is all decked out. The decorations look expensive, must have taken a lot of nanoprinter creds. Also flowers everywhere. Do like it. Your friends are transformed too. Everyone has dressed up and looking like the young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eye and waves, her bangles jingling joyfully. She looks like a model from her holomegs, every inch of her primed, painted and perfumed. So, happy birthday. I'm glad you could make it. Well, it's not like we have really any place to be. She says over the steady thrum of the music. Drinks are over there, make your song request to congruence, and take off your shoes. You look down at your boots, then back up at Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Suck hop, just like Earth, duh. At the refreshment table, Kelly's stuffing his face with party food, and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. We'll be sweating it out one way or another, he winks at you. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, joining you. She smears a glob of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they're drunk, even if they're completely sober. To Rex she adds, I mean, of course, that I am not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins as he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours a healthy addition into his glass. Okay, what vest? This tiny little thing. Barely even covers his nipples, if he even has any. Who says it's gonna be an act? Let's get a little loose, come on, it's a party. The music changes to something with a fast pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls. Whoa, it's time to dance. Nah, let's take it easy. Rex and Mars take to the dance floor, joined by Anemone and a reluctant-looking vase. You stay behind with the others to watch, still marveling at how mature your friends seem tonight. They've transformed, like grotty little grubs, into beautiful Torbs moths. This shows up late and skulks around the outside of the lounge, eventually coming to pick at the food on the table. He keeps his distance from Tangent. These two really should make up. Cal eventually hears the siren's call of the dance floor and saunters over to join the others. You're left making somewhat awkward small talk about the food with the two siblings. Yikes, this is awkward. Nomi, who's playing DJ with congruence, spins up something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them in close, they announce dreamily, or whatever distance you both feel comfortable with. Oh boy. Anemone or Cal? Is that because... Okay, so looks like the game is picking the two that you have the most friendship with, to ask them to dance. But I kinda opted out of the whole romance on this run anyway. So, everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around feeling the intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with who makes the first move. Okay, this is just ever so slightly weird. I mean, we are 17. All this teenage stuff should have been happening long ago, no? Anyway, let's just hang out and watch. Must one dance at a dance? Is it not enough to just simply vibe with your friends? Tension gives you a nod of recognition as you both hold down the refreshment table. At least two of us aren't interested in making fools of ourselves, she mutters darkly, indicating Anemone and Vase all but climbing into each other's clothes on the dance floor. Well, hormones hit Anemone pretty hard. Good for her though. After the slow songs, Nomi spins Congruence's music library to something with a little more bounce to it. The dance floor once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. Uh-oh, what's this? But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lamb's here speak, hijacking the feed. He strides to the stage, flanked by Security Chief Red. Everyone on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buzzkill adult stop the music, but Lamb just raises his hands and smiles indulgently. Oh, so you just wanted to be part of this? Like the dickhead that you are? Look at all of you, he says. Young pioneers, I look at you and I see the future. Not just of this colony, but of all humanity. You catch a few people rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. He probably says it every single opportunity he gets. Red here, good man, or a good man really, the best of the colony. Share this poem from a great earth poet. Lam continues. Now, I'm not one for poetry myself, but damn if it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight, on the eve of something really big. He clears his throat and reads from his holopalm. We cannot tarry here, we must bear the brunt of danger. We the youthful, sinewy races, all the rest on us depend. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountain steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go the unknown ways. Pioneers, oh pioneers. We primeval forests felling, we the rivers stemming, vexing we and piercing deep the mines within. We the surface broad surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving. Pioneers, oh pioneers. Okay, is that a real poem? I don't know. Yeah, maybe the poem itself is nice, but everything that Lamb touches just turns into utter shit. And I, for one, am not going to assist to his self-aggrandizement. Grumble and hiss, this is bullshit. Rat looks a little pained, but Lamb continues. What do you think that poem means, kids? He asks. Does it mean we should sit here in our colony, politely waiting for this planet to make a space for us? He clenches his fist evocatively in the air. No, he exclaims. It means we need to get out there. We need to grab Vertamna by the balls and make it respect us. He points to you specifically. I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you're old enough now to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions, to get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them. No more hiding behind our walls. To your left, Vase and Anemone lead the cheering that erupts. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna end well. The wildlife has been largely keeping away from us. Only coming during glow, but if you're gonna be your dumbass and upset it, maybe that's gonna turn into something worse. Let's hope I am wrong. Lam and Rat leave and the music spins back up again, but only a few die-hard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else has broken into small groups to discuss the announcement. You are... Well, if anything, I think I would be angry. This really isn't the time, and I'm still suspicious over the way the last glow happened. I think the wildlife is holding back, somehow, some way. This is bullshit, Cal exclaims, causing a few heads to turn. They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just gonna kill. He waves his arms over his head. Aren't we supposed to be better than that? This clearly agrees though, much more quietly. They don't even know what's out there, he mutters. They have no idea what they're up against. Well, here's the thing, neither do we. Neither does anyone really. That's probably a thing that we should be doing. The party fizzles out as everyone drifts away from the lounge. You return to find your dad has stayed up to make sure you got home safe. He's never done that before. You've always been told the colony was safe. Now you see his sad eyes, and you know that time is over. And now we have safely survived the first month, and we are officially 17. So that is nice. Anything special anyone has for us? Because if not, I think I'm going to stop the episode right here. Gonna need a little more time to get into the groove of things. But we started with an expedition right away, so maybe next time I'm going to stay around in the colony a little bit. Maybe try to get creativity up to the threshold. See what we get from it. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this story, then please give the video a like. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have as good a day as you can make it. Goodbye.